Hey buddy, it's Crazy94 and welcome back to some more Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. In the last one, we went through Classic mode, running through as Samus, of course the first of two Metroid characters in the game, although technically the same character, whatever. Yeah, we went through as Samus, and this time around we're going to be running through as Samus once again, but as Zero Suit Samus, her separate form, her non-suit form. So for Zero Suit, let's check out her palace house. So we got the standard skin suit Zero Suit Samus. We've got a darker blue color of that. We've got a red color. We've got a black color, a lime green color, as well as a gray color. And then going into her casual outfit from I think Metroid Zero Mission, we got the standard one here, and then we got a blue variant of that. So pretty cool, pretty cool. But yeah, let's get into it. Zero Suit Samus on 7.0, you already know the drill. So Zero Suit, coming back once again from Brawl, this time as her own character, as she was back, you know, she used to be a part of Samus, where you had to like kind of change between the two characters. But yeah, this time around, she is her own character, which I think is really cool. And yeah, you know, she definitely kept a lot of. She is kind of the same, overall the same as she was back in Brawl, but like still changing a good bit. Yeah, no, we'll get into it, So, for Zero Suit Samus, for our general attributes, she is a tall lightweight with excellent mobility. She is top 10 in walk speed, dash speed, air speed, traction, air acceleration, and jump height. So she definitely got a lot going for her. Of course, Dr. Mario gets that. Very fitting, very fitting. She's got high gravity and fast fall speed, which makes her vulnerable to combos despite being a lightweight. And she can also crawl and wall jump, which is definitely, you know, a positive, right? Samus herself could wall jump, but Zero Suit also gains the ability to crawl as well, which definitely could be useful in some circumstances. All right, so these guys are becoming a bit of a problem. There we go. That was a good hit on Shulk right there. Very, very good hit. How did I die? Did he grab me? I guess he did. Very surprised at what happened there. I was like, what the heck even went on? I can get this. Boom, never mind. There we go, side B. Side B kills? Oh, it was about to. It should have. I'm surprised it didn't. Bam, bam. There we go, nice. So for her general strengths as a character, her aerial game is among the best in the game. So that's obviously something to think about. Obviously having a strong aerial game is always a plus. You can never take that for granted. Definitely good to have that as one of her strengths for sure. Can you die, Toon Link? Oh my gosh, it took forever. Her neutral air has long range, low lag, and is great for follow-ups. Her forward air is a quick, strong combo tool and offstage KO option. Her back air has a long range and it's powerful, which makes it the best aerial KO move. Her up air is excellent for juggling and scales well for KOing, and her down air has a meteor smash to it, plus a strong landing hitbox, but of course it is risky off stage, because you know, it's one where she just like shoots down like Sheik, basically. Her special moves, though, are just some pretty good ones. One of them, her neutral, of course, being a good long-range attack. Her projectile, her main projectile. Her side B having a good, decent amount of range. Also being able to be utilized for tether, right? She does have a tether grab, a tether recovery that she can use, but she can either use it with her grab or with her side B. It doesn't really change much. It kind of just performs the same way. But she has two options if you so please, I guess. That should have killed. I'm surprised it didn't. Her up B, though, has changed a good bit from Brawl. Obviously, it used to be a big whip, right, that she would use as a tether recovery. But now it's a boost kick, right, where she kind of shoots up into the air a little bit and then does a little, kind of drags her opponent with her and also kicks them off at the very end, which is actually it's a better KO option than it was back in Brawl. So not as good as a recovery, but definitely a good KO option. And then of course her flip jump, overall the same move. but you know, it does have some minor changes. I think it has a bit more power to it than it used to back in Brawl. And the kick version can also meteor smash or bury grounded opponents. She's kind of has, if you hit properly with her down B, it can meteor smash or even ground her opponents, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. So for her KO setups and combos, her down smash paralyzes, which allows for KO setups into whether it be forward smash, back air, their boost kick, or the flip jump. I just realized it's an 8-player match, but it's Bridge Velden, so it should be too bad, I don't think. Her down throw has reliable combos up to 160%, and it can also KO with follow-ups like the up air into boost kicks. This is a terrible position to be in. I'm getting my ass handed to me right now. If I can get some good like hits off, but it's becoming a lot more difficult. There we go. Let me grab you, throw you. Samus, you can get hit by... What even happened there? Not complaining, not complaining. Damn it, Palutena, go screw yourself. Her neutral attack, at least the first hit of it, can combo into the boost kick at mid-high percentage, and she also has great punish potential. So, yeah, pretty good strengths there. What the heck even happened? It, like, shut them off. The side B is strange sometimes. It can either hit the opponent multiple times and be a pretty good long-range option, or it can, like, shoot them off in a weird way. I don't know. But as for her weaknesses, as she will obviously have, she is obviously lightweight, so it makes, you know, she dies early. She's also tall, has a fast fall and high gravity, which is very combo prone, and also a poor grab game overall. She's got long range but very laggy grabs. I didn't kill Samus that match. Damn, let's get Palutena then. Which, you know, they have slow startup and of course end lag. Only her down throw has guaranteed follow-ups. The others are very situational. High placed hitboxes, which can be easily avoided by short/crouching characters. Her paralyzer, of course her neutral B, has mediocre range and duration, and of course just an overall weak neutral game. She's got very limited approach options against zoners. That hurt a little bit, and defensive characters, and must rely on mobility, perfect shields, and mix-ups. This is a scary position to be in. Damn, one up tilt just takes me out. How the heck does that even work? Can y'all like stop being such scaredy cats? I would like to actually like hurt you. I mean, like, that's one of her best moves, though. Her forward air is an amazing like combo tool, amazing follow-up move to utilize. So definitely one of her best moves for sure. Yeah, so for her custom moves, though, they are very highly polarized. The blast shot / electromagnetic net trades speed / utility, but loses the paralyzes follow-up value. The plasma dash / the whip slash are more offensive / setups, but lack reliability or require perfect spacing. Her impact kick / lateral kick is stronger or has longer range, but does suffer from speed / KO reliability issues. And then of course her shooting star flip kick or her low jump, or sorry, her low flip, are less versatile and harder to hit / recover with. So again, a bit situational again, kind of just depending on like what you're looking for in her movesets, you know. Overall, that's kind of like what you want to think about. So overall as a character, she is very dominant in air combat and punishes. She does have improved KO options over Brawl. She does require careful play due to having weak neutral and combo susceptibility, and a high skill ceiling, strong when mastered but momentum dependent. Now when it comes to how she's changed from Brawl to Smash 4, she's had some pretty good buffs overall. She's got improved KO potential, especially due to having a new forward smash, a new up special with boost kick, which is a very strong out of shield KO tool, and a better combo game. She benefited from the removal of hit stun canceling. Her down throw into up air has improved as combo tools. Her rage, obviously the rage mechanic further boosts her KO potential from combos, and her recovery apparently has improved a decent amount. The Plasma Whip tethers ledge faster than it used to. The Grab Aerial was added, which allows for better spacing and a good recovery option. And of course, she was buffed relative to others due to nerfs to fellow Brawl veterans. So other characters who were like pretty decent in Brawl overall, or just like in Brawl, had nerfs to them compared to her, right? She definitely had good buffs, while other characters had pretty strong nerfs. Like Meta Knight, for example, a very prominent character in the Brawl game. As for her nerfs, though, as she has suffered a few of them since Brawl, she no longer has the power suit pieces, which gives her a worse item game and stage control. The power suit pieces were amazing at the start of a match for her to utilize against her opponents. They were just very, very useful for her. One of her best things to use, right? After changing from Samus. Her Plasma Whip is more laggy and weaker. It's no longer a reliable KO move. Her aerials are slightly weaker and her jumps are lower. Her combo vulnerability has increased due to having a faster fall speed and a lack of hit stun canceling, and also general nerfs to her ground moves. Her down tilt is slower, has more lag, no combo potential, and is arguably a worser move now. Her dash attack is slower, more punishable, and has lost follow-up / lock potential. And her down smash is weaker, has a smaller hitbox, a shorter stun, more lag, which then, of course, is worse for follow-ups and shield pressure. So overall, she is a stronger threat in Smash 4 than in Brawl, due to having just general buffs and, of course, meta changes. She's got high tournament presence and results early on. She did receive some minor nerfs in patches 1.4 and 1.1.5, but still remains one of the top characters in the game, right? Even with characters like Bayonetta and Cloud, right, which still dominates Smash 4 meta, Samus still remain like one of the top characters. I think for like early Smash 4, she and Sheik just kind of like dominated Smash 4, right? They were like the top two like best characters in the game. I think, right? I think Diddy Kong was like sort of like up there, but I think it was primarily Sheik and Zero Suit. But even with the nerfs, right? Sheik still remained a prominent character in the Smash 4 meta, and obviously Zero Suit Samus is the exact same. I think Zero Suit remains at like top 5 right now or something. She still remains really, really good, right, in Smash 4. So if like there's a character you want to like try and pick up and master in Smash 4, I think Zero Suit might be a really strong option in this day and age. She is a strong one to master, just like her suited counterparts. But like, you know, aside from, you know, I guess what she differs, right, from regular Samus is that when she is mastered, when someone does master her, there's gonna be a lot more of a reward factor than with regular Samus, right? Regular Samus can be a lot of fun, obviously, but Zero Suit is just overall a way better to pick up and utilize and use in high play, right? So yeah. Obviously, it's dependent on your playstyle, what you want to go for, but Zero Suit is definitely a worthwhile one to check out. I feel like that's that quicker, faster character, right? So yeah. And of course, if you used to play Brawl Zero Suit Samus, then Smash 4 is going to be like right up your alley. It's basically the exact same. Speaking of risky stuff, yeah, that down air is a pain in the ass to use sometimes. It can be very fun and rewarding if you do pull it off, but it's still so risky to use. I can try to maybe use it. No, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I have to get this CPU into the right position, but like that's gonna be really difficult because I know Master Shadow likes to be a little finicky sometimes with allowing me to like follow up with attacks. But yeah, Zero Suit, pretty fun. Definitely is a fun character to use. I did enjoy her back in Brawl a lot, and I do enjoy playing as her in Ultimate now. But Smash 4 Zero Suit is of course still a phenomenal character in the series, and still a really good one to play nowadays, even with all the nerfs from the beginning. But yeah, not bad. A bit of a worse score than Samus, but still, overall, not terrible. All right, Zero Suit, let's get this these credits going. Zero Suit's gonna be maybe a tough one to use. Her up air is definitely gonna be a good option in the air for sure for most of these credits. As for other options, I don't really know. Maybe her forward air, maybe, but I don't really see that being a really reliable option either. Her up tilt could be good, but it has a janky hitbox for these credits. Not really something that I really want to deal with, I guess. So I think up air is definitely going to be the way to go for sure. I didn't get it. Oh, there you go. We got it. We actually kind of have to get this area up here. It's going to come back though. Let's focus on this bottom a little bit so we can finish this and not have to worry about it as much later. It might be a little bit difficult. Man, Zero Suit actually kind of struggles with this. Samus was really good for credits, but I don't know. I feel like I have more difficulty getting to these credits with Zero Suit than like some other characters. I think she's just a little bit finicky. I don't know if that's the right word, but a little bit finicky when it comes to these credits and like hitting them properly, right? It's very, very precise. Like even the neutral air is just not hitting the way I want it to hit. It's stupid. It's a little bit infuriating. So I don't know. I should be able to do this still. We're actually very close, and she's got a really good air game. So maybe can I hit this? Oh my gosh. This is not working with me. Let's throw that down. Hopefully it's gonna do a good bit of work. Okay, not bad, not bad. Finally got that. Oh my gosh, it took forever. It took way longer than it needed to. All right, let's try and get this down here. Boom, hit that. Beautiful, beautiful. Getting a little bit too close for comfort right now. Still didn't get that. Okay, there we go, there we go. I gotta get this side piece. I didn't get it yet. No way. There we go. Oh my gosh. That was insanely freaking close. I almost screwed that up immensely. But thank goodness I did it. That background picture is really freaking cool. The stuff, the background, and Samus is looking at herself. It's sick. It's a really cool picture. But check out Samus's taunts real quick. So we got the up taunt.
Is that all?
Is that all? We got the side taunt.
Try me.
And of course the down taunt.
You're mine.
Kind of cool how she actually talks during them, but yeah, adds a little bit of a flair, I guess, to Samus. Damn, okay. Samus looking mighty nice in that last photo. I'm not even gonna lie, but we're not gonna talk about it. Anyways, let's go into training. Let's go into training. See Zero Suit's taunts. Sorry, we already looked at her taunts, her special moves, and of course her final smash. So some moves, some changes to her moves. Primarily her final smash. This one is very different to what it used to be. Obviously, it used to be the power suit where she would just get all the pieces and it would be a big like electrical thing or whatever. Change back into Samus, but now that she does not change back into Samus, this is now her new final smash, the gunship. So she goes to do her gunship, has a cursor in front of her on the screen, and can basically shoot down her opponents with this big laser from her gunship. She's got, I think, a total of like 4 or 5 lasers that she can utilize, and she is obviously invulnerable as she's not even like on the battlefield when she's using the move. But it's fun. It's very fun. Definitely can be a good killing option for sure. Does a decent amount of damage and can be very hectic to like try and get away from when you're like playing against her or whatever. But pretty cool change to her final smash. Yeah, it's very nice. But now her special moves, so we got the neutral special, of course, the Paralyzer. You know, it's a good projectile, a decent projectile that she has in her arsenal. It's quick, it stuns opponents, which of course is pretty good for follow-ups. Her Plasma Whip, her side B, is a long-range spacing tool and is a really, obviously as shown before, really good for being a tether recovery. So you can utilize that, or of course her regular aerial grab, right? Her Boost Kick, her new Smash 4 up B, obviously is a good quick recovery tool, very good KO option. Comes out on frame 4, is a powerful out of shield KO move and has decent recovery. then you know, still has decent recovery. Not as good recovery as it used to back in Brawl, but still a very good one nonetheless. And of course, the KO potential is what really helps. And then of course, her down B, the flip jump, is one where she just kind of flips ahead, and if you press the button again, she will kick into her opponent, either while facing forward or facing back. So she kind of like change it. You can also kind of sort of change the trajectory of the attack. And also in the right circumstance, she can also, what's it called? She can either ground her opponent or she can even spike, which is, it's tough to do. And also if you do miss, you do sometimes like fly off, which can be a little bit tricky. But it acts as a third jump. It has intangibility, unpredictability, a wall jump, and also KO/kick potential. So overall, pretty solid movesets on Zero Suit. Very, very solid. But that is of course not all. We got our trophy to look at. See what we're going to see, right? Especially in like the game selection. So Zero Suit Samus. Samus is far from helpless when her power suit is deactivated. Sure, she loses a lot of the moves and weapons she had access to before, but her jet boosts pick up the slack. She also has a paralyzer, a versatile weapon that can shock her rivals or change into a plasma whip to grab edges and enemies. And yes, we have our Metroid Zero mission for the Game Boy Advance and Metroid Other M for the Wii. So I guess that kind of makes sense that those are the two selections, but I don't think those boots that she has are what she had back in Brawl, right? That's why kind of her forward smash and her up B changed, right? Because she got those added to her character in this game, but she of course didn't have those back in Brawl, so you know, it had to be sort of different. But anyways, that is it of course for today's episode of Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Thank you guys so much for watching. In the next one, we're gonna be heading through Classic Mode, running through as Pit. Another returning character from Brawl, and he's seen some changes. So of course, you know, look forward to that, to seeing what those changes are. But subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Social media, including the Twitch and the other channels, are of course down in the description. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Pop-Tart out.